The movie begins in Belgium, 1994. Soldiers prepare for battle, and Captain Jack receives peculiar orders that he reluctantly accepts. He discusses the orders with Sergeant, both disagreeing with the strategy to push into Germany, deeming it unwise. As some soldiers stealthily move through the woods, Sergeant signals them to halt. It's only a deer in their path. They continue until they reach an open area, which Sergeant disapproves of due to its vulnerability. Suddenly, they are ambushed, sustaining heavy losses. The enemy knows their position, and they must act swiftly. Under cannon fire, Jack and Sergeant attempt to flank the enemy. Jack charges and takes out the enemy soldiers, but one survivor shoots Sergeant in the chest. Despite Jack's efforts, Sergeant dies. In France, the surviving soldiers regroup at a camp where Major Reading acknowledges the flawed orders and absolves Jack from blame. Although Jack was demoted, Reading recognizes his leadership qualities and offers him a special mission to redeem himself. Jack hesitates but eventually agrees, meeting Captain Hans of the French Foreign Legion. Reading promises that succeeding in this mission will clear Jack of all charges. Early the next morning, soldiers steal eggs from a farm and are chased by the farmer. They cook the eggs for breakfast while playing cards. The new recruit, William, is introduced and warned not to be too eager for combat. News of a new officer spreads, and Hans and Jack make their way to the soldiers, discussing their past. Jack seeks directions to the war pigs but is warned about their high officer turnover. Upon meeting the soldiers, Jack clashes with August, who shows little respect. Jack and Hans converse about earning the soldiers' respect. And the camp boys talks about Jack misleading to the deaths of many men. Hans believes they are searching for Hitler's secret weapons. Jack wakes the soldiers early with the clanging of metal cans, causing discontent. August insults Jack regarding his previous mission, and Jack punishes the squad with a grueling 3-mile uphill run, followed by carrying sandbags. Hans teaches communication device use, but the soldiers are nonchalant. Jack tries to enforce discipline, but the men remain unruly. Jack assigns them communication tasks and continues tough training. Hans later lightens the mood by bringing in a woman for them to draw instead of a bowl of fruit. He then teaches them to disarm landmines, emphasizing caution with German designs. August continues to be defiant, leading to another harsh exercise. The soldiers learn to assemble and disassemble German weapons quickly. During night watch, the men begin warming up to Jack but remain skeptical about their mission's outcome. They practice rope climbing and crossing a river, even when Hans throws live grenades to test their resolve. Knife fighting skills are next, with Preacher challenging Hans only to be swiftly defeated. Jack pairs with August, teaching him a lesson through repeated takedowns. After training, Jack gives them new patches and informs them of their mission, to go behind enemy lines and gather intelligence on a German millipede gun. Reading briefs Jack and Hans on the mission details. The millipede gun, a massive cannon capable of shooting hundreds of miles, must be located and its information relayed back. Jack shares the mission with the troops, assuring them it's only a reconnaissance task. They drive toward their destination, with Jack promising Mephit he'll see his wife again. They retreat as they near enemy territory. They spot enemy planes and take cover. Switching to foot travel, Jack sends August and another soldier ahead to scout. Preacher volunteers to join them, and they spot the cannon, confirming its existence. Report back. A sudden attack from German soldiers forces the group into a firefight. Jack leads the charge, but he's hit. Despite his injury, he commands his men to capture fleeing enemies. The lieutenant discovers that August and William have been captured. Disguised in German uniforms, they infiltrate the enemy base with a camouflage tank. August and William endure interrogation. The team, now inside the base, rescues them amidst intense fighting. Jack and his men defeat the Germans, securing crucial information about the cannon. They manage a narrow escape and return to camp. The lieutenant presents the map of the cannon to the colonel, who commends their efforts and promotes Jack for his leadership. The soldiers celebrate their victory, and the movie concludes with a triumphant return to camp. We hope you enjoyed our movie recap. Watch our next top movie recap and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content. See you next time.